I'm sure you looked at the title and immediately thought to yourself, nah, Stix has gotta be losing it. My favorite game is the best gacha ever. And while true, that is the beauty of personal preference, right? Different games, different elements of games appeal to different people, allowing for us to each enjoy a variety of different games, even though some people don't understand that differing opinions exist. I love engaging with those people. And in this instance, for me, that game is Arknights. Before we go any further, I just want to take a moment here to thank all of the absolute chads and chadettes that support this channel via Patreon. You're all freaking legends. Seriously, each and every single one of you. I would offer to give each of you a kiss, but I suffer from severe intimacy issues. Additionally, if you want to stay up to date with all the latest MMO, gacha, and gaming news, take a second here to follow Mrs. Stix and I over on Twitter. We tweet daily. Now, typically, I would have wanted to do a deeper, more dedicated video on Arknights as part of my Worst Gacha Ever series, discussing the pros and the cons of the game that ultimately ends up being somewhere between 12 to 20 minutes long, and I will. It is coming, maybe episode 20, maybe episode 30, but right now I am more interested in doing a video merely discussing what has made me log in every single day since I started playing it back in February this year, the Waifus. Okay, I'm kidding. Kinda. But not entirely. The husbandos and the waifus are definitely a large part of what keep me coming back to the game. The characters all look absolutely incredible. They're not over the top sexualized like in most gacha games where more is left hanging out of their outfits than what is contained. It's a more sophisticated kind of fan service, and one that I'm totally on board for. I don't know if you guys necessarily agree. Like, I can appreciate this, or I can appreciate this, but at the same time, I'm also capable of appreciating this. You know, I'm a fan service connoisseur. I am capable of appreciating fan service of all kinds. I'm a very large fan of strategy games. I love Age of Empires, I love the Total War games, specifically the Shogun series, Warcraft 3, including the Frozen Throne, Final Fantasy Tactics, Fire Emblem, Candy Crush. One of those is evidently a lie. To me, there's something fulfilling, even finite, knowing that every action you take could have lasting effects and consequences that could drastically alter the entire course of battle, leading to victory or defeat. And Arknights is a prime example of exactly why I enjoy strategy games. It is the most challenging, at times, most frustrating, but also rewarding gacha game that I've ever played. Sometimes the game can be so linear and easy, yet at other times I'm so overwhelmed by mechanics, by unit choice and placement, how my hero's skills and talents interact with enemies and the environment, directly inhibiting or improving my chance at success. I'm left redoing maps repetitiously, even then I do hate to admit this, having to at times resort to guides on how to successfully combat certain encounters. Thank you, Echo Jen. If I wasn't married, I would confess my undying love to you. Your incredible guides have helped me finish the most difficult, most extreme encounters present in-game. There's so much narrative present. Following along the story has been an absolute joy, as opposed to the chore it so often is, which you'll hear me repeatedly regurgitate in my Worst Gacha Ever videos. Rarely do I sit through the story in gacha games. Guardian Tales is one, Genshin Impact is another, Punishing Grey Raven. I can count on a single hand out of the 30 gacha that I've played this year, how many have been worthwhile. But while the narrative is an important aspect, the game and its content are what keep me playing. New events happen so frequently with new difficult stages to combat, new heroes are implemented all the time, and as a bit of a dolphin myself, always give me something to work towards, either when it comes to pulling, and I am a master bipolar. I was single from the ages of 18 through 27 years old, something I'm sure a lot of you guys can relate to, or also when it comes to upgrading them. Thankfully, as I always have a surplus of stamina to accomplish realistically whatever I want, grinding materials has never been an issue for me. I've managed to upgrade every hero that I wanted to, and I'm still in the process of doing so, as I just recently got Surtur and Blemishine. Excuse me if I butchered her name, I've never heard it pronounced, and will hang my head dejectively in shame if I mispronounced it. Arknights is something that I can play for 5 minutes on the toilet. I can consume my stamina by running through a few daily battles, go to my HQ, quickly cycle through what I need to do there, visit my friends, and I use friends in air quotes here, redeem my store currency, and then log out if I have more important things to do. It is also something that I can play for 5 hours, running new content, running content that I still have yet to complete due to the sheer difficulty and lack of patience to complete them, farming materials to upgrade my units. My wife just won't let me spend 5 hours in a mobile game. Every month, there seems to be new content to run. Every month, there are new things to work towards. The gameplay is by far the pinnacle of what a strategy game should be on mobile. And I know it's a tower defense game, but they're technically strategy games, right? The game is gorgeous and filled with endless story for characters, for the world itself, which is ever expanding. This game is a masterpiece, and I cannot stress enough how much I enjoy it. I hope you are, or at least have in the past had the opportunity to experience just how much of a quality title this truly is. Again, I will have a more in-depth look at the game sometime in the future, but until then, here's another incredibly fun gacha game that I got to try the beta for recently, and more than that, a list of gacha games currently coming out this year that you should totally be watching for.